Hello and welcome. My name's Richard. There are many keys to having a rewarding and fulfilling life, and one of those is the capability of being creative. Some part of our life where we're able to create and let our imagination go in a creative way. It seems like that most human activity can broadly fall into three types of attitudes or three types of activity: consuming, maintaining, and creating. So consuming, maintaining, and creating. And if we're functioning on the level of purely consuming, that tends to be somewhat destructive, if not in the short term, in the long term. To be purely on a consuming level, where our desires, our pleasures are the center of our daily activity, that tends to lead to a life and areas of our life of excess. And anything that is excess eventually will destroy us in the long term, become something destructive. And so a life of pure consumption is a very detrimental thing. The second area, and look, certainly there we have to be consumers to one level or another, don't we? The second level of activity is maintaining. And maintaining, it has some benefits, but maintaining, if our heart's not in it, can be rather dreary and arduous. Just going over, doing exactly the same thing over and over and over and over again. Just maintaining stuff, tidying, mowing the lawns again, pulling out the weeds again, going to work again, doing this again, whatever it is, again and again and again, keeping things up to a standard, only for them to degenerate or fall away from that standard, to have to be maintained again. And maintaining is important, but it can be pretty dreary. And the important thing is, if we can, to find somehow of being creative in that area and have a goal and have a dream about it, rather than just keeping it in the realm of maintaining, which is pretty unrewarding and unfulfilling. But what is probably, or not quite, but certainly up there, the way we need to be living is to be in a creative mode. And people, when they're being creative, find energy and joy. They find release from the day-to-day activity and lose themselves in the thing that they're loving doing. And that doesn't matter what that is that you are creating, whether it's pottery, whether it's cooking, whether it's building a house, whether it's anything. Whatever you are creating, when we're in that creative mode, that is like the highest mode of life. And the more time we can spend being creative and producing stuff, developing stuff, the more rewarding our life is. And so the trick is to be creative, to find somewhere, if we want to have that extra level of reward in life, is to find that area to be creative. that thing we love and enjoy, whether it's music, cooking, whatever. However, in spite of me saying there's those three, consuming, maintaining and creating, there is one higher level, and that is restoration. There is an element and a level of pleasure, satisfaction, joy, fulfillment that comes from restoration. To take something that had been created and finding it broken, disused, not functioning, perhaps rusty, perhaps snapped, paint worn off, and to take it with love and gentle care, pondering it, considering it, and finally putting it back how it was when it was first created. The tremendous fulfillment there is by furniture restorers, car restorers, and seeing something that was broken, undone, corrupted, coming back to its original condition brings tremendous satisfaction, reward, and fulfillment. And restoration is not only the domain of humans to bring back a piece of beautiful wooden furniture or an old wrecked car. Restoration is the plane that God is on. Restoration is the work God is busy in right now. He is working behind the scenes, bringing the creation back to its originally intended order and its originally intended state. God is restoring humankind, restoring the natural world. It will all be perfected. All of God's will, all of God's plan, all of God's dreams, all of His hopes will be accomplished and completed and fulfilled through Jesus Christ. And how much the joy will be on that day when it's completed. How much joy God will have over His creation. And how much joy will His creation have in Him, in the perfection that has been achieved, in the clearance of perversion, in the clearance of corruption, in the purity and clarity of perfection that will be achieved. Restoration. Want a reward? Start restoring something. Want to be enriched? Start restoring, because that's the work and the plane of God, the love and energy that it takes to restore, the care, and that's where God's at. Well, I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more of this content. Go well.